Right now, I can say that I think that first time I'm the real professional. I'm doing all the stuff, the food, sleep, recovery.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. All right, David, you're at the top of the flyweight division this past weekend, flyweight main event. Did you watch the
Yeah.
fight?
Not yet, but I saw the results, so I have to watch this fight. Yeah, because I'm really big fan of Amel Albazi. I train with him, so I know that this guy is really good. So I want to see that fight.
For sure. And yeah, man, he pulled out a big win. First main event, 5 rounds against Kai Fran's very dangerous opponent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
so you're gonna enjoy it, man. It was a very close fight, very interesting.
Yeah, I saw it. Some guys told that it was really close fight.
Now you're in Canada. You're there for the pay-per-view, your next fight. When did you arrive?
1 week ago. Yeah, 1 week ago.
Okay. And why did you decide to go there so early?
Because the jet lag, every time when we travel to states, for example, Vegas or any other cities, we travel 2 weeks before the fight. Yeah, every time. It's much better.
Oh, definitely, definitely. How you liking Vancouver so far?
The nature in Vancouver is pretty amazing. A lot of mountains, trees, animals, everything is perfect. But I don't like the cities, because inside the Vancouver you can see some drug dealers and homeless and stuff like that, and so I don't like it. So now we live at the north, outside of the city, and that's much better for us.
For sure. And when did you find out that Matt Schnell pulled out of the fight?
I don't know what happened with him. Yeah, I don't know. We just got the message from UFC that Machinel is out, so we don't know. We don't know.
But when did that happen?
Oh, when? Oh, sorry, my fault. I think around 5 days ago, something like that. Yeah.
So did they have the opponent immediately for you?
Yes. Yeah. Uh, 1 day later. Yeah.
And you had no idea who he was, or did you know who he was? What was the background?
No, no, no. I have really no idea. We just got the offer. Change the date. For the fight with Matt or the new opponent, but we are here in Vancouver, so we spent a lot of money to travel to Canada and money for the training camp. So we have to fight right now. So we accept new opponent what UFC send us. We just got the one offer for one opponent, so it just only one choice.
All right. So, it gives you a few days now. You said 5 days ago. So maybe 4 days ago you found out. What do you know about him?
Uh, Nothing more. We just saw some videos, so we know a little bit about his style. But if you have any strategy and you have to change everything 10 days before the fights, it's really hard. So we will see what happen in a fight.
Yeah. His fighting style, he's pretty much a grappler, right? Is that what you
Yeah,
saw in the tape?
yeah. We saw that he's good grappler, wrestler, and he has some good things in stand up. So we have to be careful all the time, all 15 minutes. Be just focus on his things and be ready for everything. Because he's the new guy in UFC, and you don't know what expect about him. So you have to be confused and work just straight ahead.
Well, it's good for you that he's traveling as well. I mean, he's coming from Australia. That's a long trip.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more fair. And Matt Schnell, he's a good grappler as well, and he's striking is pretty good. So do you see some similarities?
Yes, because both guys are really good at the ground. Matt had around maybe two finish by triangle. in UFC, and some really good striking fights. So yeah, he's good. But I think that Matt stand up is better.
The last time you had a short notice replacement by a prospect was against, I believe, Juan
Uh,
Camilo, right?
yeah, Ronda Rousey. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, and you ended up finishing him in the first round. A guy that was a prospect making his debut. So kind of similar situation here.
Yes, yes, it's similar. But now we got new opponent 10 days before.
Yeah,
But with Ronda Rousey, it was just maybe 3 days before the fight. But it
yeah.
was in Vegas, and
Mhm.
my opponent was from Vegas, so no jet lags or something like that.
Definitely, definitely. Last year, 2022, you had two fights, two decision losses, but they were to the top guys in the division. What did you learn from the whole year?
Yeah, I learned a lot, because the fight with Mateus Nicolau was close for me. I absolutely lost the second round because of just one punch, but it was really good school for me, because he just running around me, just waiting for his time, and he did a really good punch. So yeah, sometimes I'm trying the same things, and the fight with Lomano Kappa, I watched this guy really long time before my way into the UFC, so it was pleasure for me, and I learned a lot.
In that fight against Manel Kopp, you took some heavy shots. And, you survived those heavy shots. Most guys against Kopp, they don't survive in those fights.
Yeah, but this shots was really hard, but
Mhm.
nothing so bad. Yeah, I got some really good liver shots, and
Mhm.
I was knocked down, and yeah, but I survived.
Mhm.
But the Kimura was really hard part of the
Yeah.
fight, because one of the muscles uh, was broken in
Mhm.
my shoulder, so it wasn't easy go back to fight.
So after that fight against Kopp, how long did it take you to get recovered from your injuries?
Oh, more than 3 months. Yeah,
Okay.
3 months, just rehabilitation, and I spent a lot of time in hospital,
Mhm.
but no surgery. Yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah,
good.
without.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. No surgery.
yeah, because I have a lot of surgery, so this time was a little bit better.
You stayed in the hospital or a lot of hospital visits?
Yeah, I just visit a lot of hospitals. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So what was the therapy like? What was the rehab like?
Uh, some the first time I was at the magnetic resonance, and after that I visit some physiotherapeutes, and some doctors who help me move up and down. They helped me with recovery. Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
about
now
about the working and some injection with the collagen. Yeah.
yeah, nowadays there's so much technology, right? Like so many
Yeah.
machines that help you. It's hard to
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, yeah. So, after 3 months, you get back to training. Did your shoulder feel all right? But did it take some time to get back to normal training?
No, no. Right now it's 100% ready. And after 3 months, my shoulder was good. Yeah, without problems.
What about the training? Did you just spend the time in the Czech Republic at your home team?
Yeah, I spent really good time in my town, and I travel a lot around the Czech Republic, and I was 2 weeks in Spain, and I trained in Clement Fight Club, where is Ilya Tupuria and his brother. So I
Okay.
spar with his older brother because he's the bantamweight, really, really good bantamweight. That guy is fucking hell. I want to see him in UFC because I think that this guy is 100% top 10. He will be top 10 in UFC. I'm sure.
Okay.
But we will see.
Toporia's brother.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that we will see him in UFC really, really soon.
okay. I'm gonna have to go check him out after we're finished talking. I want to see who he is.
Okay, okay.
So you went over there for a couple weeks. Did you change anything about your training camp this time?
Oh, I think that the training was the similar like last time. The same boxing things, wrestling, grappling, and everything. But I spent really more time uh, with recovery, with really good food, and well sleep and everything. Yeah. Right now, I can say that I'm really. I think that first time I'm the real professional. I'm doing all the stuff: the food, sleep, recovery, physiotherapist, and everything.
With your camp, who has been your training partners at your home gym?
My training partners. I have some few small guys. For example, Wojciech and Wenda Stepan, but these guys are a little bit bigger than me. All these guys are featherweights, so they they pressure me all the time, because if in my country it's not so many flyweights, and if I fight with the flyweights in my country, I'm the guy who leads the fight. I'm taking them down. I'm better at the fight. Bigger guys, it's much harder, because these guys have power. So Chanel or my new opponent are much bigger.
Why'd you decide not to go to Vegas this time?
Not to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the offer for the fight in Vancouver.
Hmm.
So I travel in Europe, and after that we just moved to the Vancouver. Yeah, it was the better for
Okay.
us. Because if you travel to Vegas and you spend the time at the training camp, for example, in Extreme Couture, you have to pay for the everything in Vegas. Not for the training, because every time when I was in Extreme Couture, I had the free training. So thank you, Coach Dennis. But if you travel a lot, you have to spend really a lot of money, and it's not so easy for me.
When you go train in Vegas, is it good and bad? Since a lot of your potential, opponents can be in the room with you and you could train with them, but it's good you could train with them, but bad that you have to fight them eventually.
Yes, exactly. For example, when I was the last time in Vegas, or the time before, I met the Manuel Capa before the fight, uh, Amer Albazi, and a lot of flyweight guys. Uh, Ulanbekov, yeah, was there. So a lot of potential opponents, but it's not choice. But now I got offer for the fight with Machnell, and he's not from Extreme Couture or gym like this, so that was much better, because I don't need to fight against with Amer Albaze or uh, Manel Cape again, or the guys who I know.
Okay.
I would like to fight with different
um
guys.
oh, for sure, there's so many flyweights, what I mean, in the top 15 that you can fight. You get a switch so late, in your training camp. Is it is it still the same for you mentality wise, like entering this fight?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, still same.
So what kind of performance do you feel like you're going to have in this one?
Uh, I'm not sure. I'm 100% sure that I will be winner in this fight. I will do everything for it, and it for me it doesn't matter if it will be submission, decision, or knockout or something like that. But I really want to do the good fight. I want to be the guy who will lead the fight and be every minute the winner of the fight. All the time pressure and be winner.
And there's a big fight coming up pretty soon between Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja.
Yes.
How do you see that fight playing out?
Oh, that fight will be really close, because
Mhm.
the Pantra defeat Moreno, I think, 2 times.
Yes.
So for Brandon, this fight will be really hard. But
Mhm.
I wish that Brandon will the fight, because I talked with Brandon Moreno few times in UFC Performance Institute, and that guy is really nice. He talked with me. He's the champion, and he spent the time talk with me about my fights, about his fights, about the life. So I'm a big fan of him, and I hope that he will be still the champion.
Have you trained with Brandon Moreno in Vegas?
No, I never trained with him, but few times I was at his training, but I just sitting outside and I watch his moves, how he work and stuff like that. But I never train with him. But I hope that one time I will train with him.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good training partner to have, right?
Yes, he's the real champion.
All right. June 10th, UFC 289, Vancouver, Canada.
So
David, thank you
something
so
like
much,
this.
man, for the time, and always good to catch up with you, and all the best in the fight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.